And welcome to the Crafty Apothecary Garden. Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm growing in Zone 8A in Atlanta, Georgia. I grow indoor hydroponically and outdoor vertically with green stocks and with some raised beds. How y'all doing today? And happy new year. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season and I hope your new year is starting off well. So what do we have going on in the garden? Not a whole lot. But I do have a few updates that I'm going to be sharing with you. So we're gonna do that. We don't have a lot, definitely not going on in the outdoor garden. I'm not even sure if I want to keep my outdoor garden at this point. I'm ready to just pull it all out and just start the whole process all over again this spring. But we will see. But I'm gonna share a few little things with you. One of the things that I made some soil, so that's an experience. So I'm gonna be showing you that. We got a couple of updates with the cucumbers and the zucchini and some eggplants, and so come along on my little short tour, or better yet, not even a tour, on my journey of my things that I've learned and things that I think I need to do. And if you have any suggestions of things that I should do, hey, please leave them in the comments. And if this is your first time here, I hope you come back. And if you're returning, thank you for continue to watch, and thank you to all my new subscribers. So I'm really looking forward to this channel growing, and you learn with me and I learn with you. So come on, let's get started. All right, everybody, let's check out these chocolate candy cane peppers right here. They are coming in very nicely, as you can see. They are all green right now. It's quite a few on here. There's so many every place, even a little bitty one down here. So I really can't wait to see those and how they're going to change colors. Now over here is this cucumber. So on the last video I was talking about, I was wondering why my cucumbers had not come in yet. So I was kind of looking at the plant and, you know what I'm saying, going through it and everything. And I was just like, well, I have all these little runners coming off this main stem, and I had so many of them, and I had about 6 of them that was extra than from this main stem right here. So what I decided to do was I cut off about 3 of them, so that energy was going into all that extra stuff. So I wanted the energy to go back into the cucumbers, and that did work out, because typically I would normally was growing this in a smaller garden, and so I was cutting it to keep the so it wouldn't reach the light so quickly. But when I cut it this time, like I said, I cut all those extra things off, and it kind of helped the garden to the cucumbers, that energy to go back into the cucumbers and start to develop. So I had these 2 right there. I have this one coming in. That one is starting to get a little bit. This one is getting a little bit bigger. So hopefully, so what I did worked. So if you're having issues with your cucumbers not developing, cut some of it off so that energy can go into the cucumber itself. All right, we got the zucchini over here, and it is doing beautifully. We've had so many flowers to come in, as you can see, but we got some zucchini. We have one right there, as you can see. Is another one down in here, right there, that you can see. Um, and there's probably a couple of more in there, but that is coming along really nicely. I'm glad to see it producing, so I'm just waiting for those to get a little bit bigger. As you can see, this eggplant is doing wonderful. It has so many flowers on here, and when I was pruning it the other day and just cutting off some of the dead leaves and everything, I was just like, I discovered a nice little surprise. There are eggplants, and I have one there so far, And then I have another one right here. I love that. I didn't know these were going to come in white. I thought they was going to come in purple, but I guess they're going to come turn purple at some point. But that was really exciting to see. Like I said, it has just so many flowers on here. So that's the update on that. All right, so one of the things that I am trying out new is I'm creating my own soil. So I got some cocoa core and some perlite and some vermiculite and worm casting and some other stuff to create my soil. This is going to be for my Roma tomato that I decided to go ahead and grow indoors. And I'm going to get a grow light. I have a few extra ones around here. So I'm going to see how that is doing. And I'm going to go back over here to the hydroponic garden where I have it already growing. So when it gets a little bit bigger, I can go ahead and just pop it in here and we're going to see how that's going to grow. So this is quite an experiment right here. All right, this is the garden that I have the Roma in growing right now. As you can see, it's doing really good. So once it gets a little bit bigger, then I will move it. These are my tiny Tims. They will stay over here in this garden. But this, like I said, that Roma is gonna go into the Vago garden. So we're gonna have an experiment of growing that tomato indoors. And I almost forgot to tell you about my pea plant. So I am going to plant peas outside, but I wanted to see how this would grow indoors. This is supposed to be like a bushing type. So I'm gonna, like I said, see how this is gonna grow in here in this hydroponic garden. And the funny thing is, this germinated before this one did, but this one took off more. So, plants are just kind of funny like that. So, this is another experiment that I wanted to see, and I wanted to see how peas grow indoors, and I'm going to see how they're going to grow outdoors. All right, y'all, I'm sitting back at my desk now. So, some of the things that I have learned with my fall garden is that I didn't start my gardening in time enough. I kind of waited and I kind of did things on a whim and I didn't do any research. So that would be quite different for the spring. I did do research over the last few months and trying to learn exactly what it is that I needed to do, what things I needed to change. So one of the things that I did, I went through and found out when I needed to start things in my zone and specifically at my zip code. And what I did was I got my little notebook here and I went down and wrote down everything about when things need to be started so I can get a better head start and so I can actually have some growth because I didn't get any growth on the broccoli or my Brussels sprouts. I did get carrots, that was a great thing, and I was able to use those carrots. And I have gotten, I did get a few radishes, and I didn't get any beets, so I'm not sure what the issue was with the beets. But I want to make sure that I have enough food for me and my son because especially the things that we like to eat because my hubby doesn't eat half of the things that we eat, so we don't even worry about him. But he has his own set of different vegetables that I be growing in the summertime, so he'll get those. But I wanted to make sure that we had the things that we like to eat, and so I don't have to go to the grocery store to get to get a lot of those things. So I'm gonna try it again and see how things are gonna work for the spring, and hopefully this time with me starting earlier, that I can actually it will produce, what I'm saying, it will produce the food that I'm looking to get. And the other thing that I did was I kind of designated all my green stocks on how I wanted what I wanted to grow in each one. So I have two new green stocks that are not outside yet. I have a peppercorn one and I have a raspberry one. So with my peppercorn, I'm actually going to, I want to do more carrots this time. I want to do a lot more carrots. And one of the things that I did, I started to do because I want to make sure I don't have to do a whole lot of thinning of the carrots. So I got this tape that you use, this biodegradable. And so what I did was I started putting each one of my carrot seeds inside of these little things. So when I plant them, that I can actually space them out. So like with the green stocks, I know they say the max put three per pocket. So when I use these, I can go ahead and just do that and put three per pocket, and I'll have the exact amount. So hopefully everything will germinate. So that was one of the things over the last week or so that I've been working on, that I've been doing. Like I said, I wanted to do peppercorn. In my peppercorn green stock, I want to do carrots, and I want to try out kohlrabi. I want to grow kohlrabi this time. I was gonna grow both kohlrabis, and I still may, but I found out, I don't know whose channel I was watching, but when you grow something that's in a purple variety, it takes longer to grow. So I know if I choose to grow the purple kohlrabi, then I need to know that the white kohlrabi is going to grow faster than the purple one. So that's what I have in that for in my blueberries green stock. I'm gonna keep it kind of like how it is. It has garlic and strawberries in it, so I'm not gonna make any changes to that. Only thing I will be doing is amending the soil when the garlic comes out, and then amending and giving the strawberries, fertilizer and everything when that time comes. In my rustic red, the peas that I just showed you indoors, those are the peas I'm gonna actually grow in there because I want to grow a lot of peas because my son and my husband, they like peas, and like I said, those are a bushing variety. But as soon as I come back and try to see if I can find those in my tote. Then in my blackberry green stock, um, I am going to do sugar baby watermelon, cantaloupe, butterfly pea, pumpkin, mini pumpkins, and winter squash. Now I'm going to one thing I'm gonna have to get is I'm gonna have to get the support trellis for the green stock. Since all these are vining things, so and they're gonna need something to have that support so they can vine the way that they need to. So I have that green stock designated to those things. Then my raspberry green stock that I have, this still here inside the house. I want to do a lot of rosemary because I want to grow a lot of rosemary because I'm using rosemary to make for um, one of my primary reasons is for my hair products. And then, for the secondary would be for culinary, saying for cooking. And then I would be doing a lot of chamomile. Um, One of the things that my son does, he drinks a lot of tea, which has I drink a lot of tea too. And chamomile is one of those things that I wanted to stop buying as far as a herb and actually start growing it so I can do that. And I used to grow chamomile inside in my hydroponic garden, and it did really, really well, but it just wasn't enough. So it's time for me to go ahead and put that outside so I can actually grow a whole lot of it. So I plan on doing that. And then I'm gonna do echinacea, and then I'm gonna do calendula. So calendula is one of those other things that I've also grown inside in my hydroponic garden, and it did really well, and I want to grow more of that. So, and I use that a lot for I use it for tea, but I also use it for my skincare products. So I'm gonna do that, and then in that stone green stock outside, I am going to plant. I want to do a lot of spinach because that's my other food that I really like, and I'm gonna do some more broccoli. Try to do broccoli again, and then when February gets here and Greenstock has their new, they're coming out with a strawberry pink planter. So I'm gonna do get that one, and my plan for that already is to put nothing but flowers in it. So and then it'll probably have majority flowers, and then it'll have a couple of few other herbs that I need, but I don't need a whole lot of them. So that is my goal for that. And also, did a little more organizing of my seeds. So I got one of those photo things that I've been seeing everybody get. So I got that. So I have all my seeds kind of organized. And the other thing that I'm going to do is for each month, I'm going to also go organize them by each month. So everything that I need to plant outside, I'm gonna start in my hydroponic garden. And so I know this month I think I really need to start my rosemary, and I think I need to start the calendula. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be giving some updates on when I do those. And then what I'm going to also do is once I move them from the hydroponic garden, I'm going to move them to the green stocks seed starting things. So I'm gonna kind of let them finish growing in there after I give them that jump start of growing in the hydroponic garden. And I'm gonna set that up out not outside. I'm gonna set that up downstairs in my basement and with some grow lights and everything. So we'll get a chance to see that. Hopefully I get to start working on that setup maybe one day next week, and then I need to finish making more soil. So I will be doing that because those that's going to be the thing that I'm going to fill my green stocks up, and I want green stocks with. So I want to see me what's the difference of me making my own soil versus me buying soil already with everything in it. So hopefully I do it right, and I will kind of get a head start of knowing how everything's going with the tomato plant. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. That is my little update for right now. So, but starting back next week, we'll be getting back to our garden tour. And until then, as always, live, laugh, love, and grow. See you next time. Bye.